Hey, this is Jake Asman. You're checking out Drunk Sports Talk.
The other day, before I give my take, I want you to jump right in. What we saw Cat's debut, and we saw Mikal Bridges' debut. Tyler Kolek, a lesser degree, off the bench. Mikal Bridges was in there with the afro, the red man afro, fully in full effect. We preseason only tells you so much, but Tibbs did have the starters in there for a little bit. He probably wants to get them a little bit on the same page, get the cohesiveness going. What did you see when you watched the Knicks the other night?
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna do the probably the smartest thing I can do here. Yeah. I'm gonna temper my expectations.
Okay.
We won by 2 points, right? It wasn't anything spectacular. I didn't see anything that led me to believe that this is something like amazing. There was nothing about what I saw. It was a preseason game. My starters got 14 minutes apiece. They all looked pretty sharp, pretty good. I was to be honest, more impressed with the bench. I really liked Miles. He really, and I've always liked him. I really have. I've always liked him. I think that he's absolutely our sixth man. I know that we're looking at possibly bringing in the fuck is his name? The kid from I'm not calling him a kid. The he was on Boston. Marcus Smart. I know that we're having some conversation, and that's a possibility. I'll be honest with you, I would like Marcus Smart in
defensively. He's our Drew Holiday.
Yeah, he become a little bit of a bruiser and a bully. The problem with that is, again, I don't want it to derail what we have with Miles, right? So I think that like everybody looked like they were supposed to look. I didn't see anything that really got me too excited. I didn't see anything that got me too hype. I didn't see anything that got me over optimistic. I think that the Knicks are going to be there. I think that there's a ways to go because again, this is almost, even though it's not a new core, it's a new core.
Yeah. 100%.
It really is, right? Yeah. Like we have basically the same group of players minus two. I mean, let me not say that. That's not true because we got Cameron Payne, we got Shamit. We have a lot of new people, but like the core itself, I think is the same, right? Like I don't see that really changing. I think the philosophies are going to be the same as far as what Tibbs is going to do. He's going to play who he wants to play. He's going to play them as long as he wants to play them in order to make us successful.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I'm going to temper my expectations. I'm going to calm the fuck down because if I do this every year. I watch the first preseason game.
Hey, you one of us. About that window, brother. Come on, let's go.
I watched the first preseason game, second preseason game, and then I'm cash, right? I got the window wide open. You know what I'm saying?
That's all right, y'all. I got my inflatable for you. Don't worry about it.
Let's go, right? I gotta, just temper my expectations, calm down, RELAX. You know what I'm saying, and relax. But in all reality, they did. They looked good. They looked clean. They didn't really, look like there was too much ring rust as far as the starting five. Mikal Bridges, I didn't really see much from him. What do you have? 6 points, something like that. He didn't have much.
It was light work.
I think he had like 8.
Yeah, 8 points, something of that nature. I didn't really see anything that led me to believe that he's, like the end all be all. I know he's special. Let me not say that. I want to be clear with what I'm saying. Four, right? So yes, he didn't have much points. And what he played 12 minutes, 10 minutes. I think it was 12 minutes.
He played 13.
13 minutes. So with that being said, I didn't see anything out of him. I do really. The more I looked at it though, and I'll leave it at this, I did like seeing Cat. Like in a fucking Knick uniform.
You saw that shit he hit like maybe 5 feet from behind the 3-point line.
Bro, I like seeing Cat in a Knick uniform.
You're gonna draw that fucking center out, and that all that space is big body Brunson Portis is gonna go.
Absolutely, like I really like seeing Cat in a Knick uniform, and I think he'll fit in perfectly. The Dominicans in the Bronx and Manhattan and
Washington Heights
are fucking going crazy. They all going crazy right now. So this is going to be an extremely fun year. What is it? 22nd, I think it's October 22nd or 23rd is the start of the season. I don't know what the Knicks game. I think but I'm ready. Like I'm fucking ready.
I think we have to do a post game for that. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
I'm with that. I'm
Q,
with that.
Talk to me, my dude.
You talked about Cat's range. I think one of the better things that's definitely going to help this Knicks team is when he was out behind the 3-point line and drove it to the hole. You know what I mean? Like, he drove it to the hole, man, scored a quick layup. We haven't had that in God knows how many years, or maybe even Eric, ever. Like, I don't even think Patrick Ewing didn't even really do that. Maybe
different game. Yeah. But best center, maybe best center since Patrick. You might be right, offensively at least. Yeah.
And now we have that. So now we could kind of figure it out and even move him. Like if Mitchell Robinson somehow ends up staying here and they don't move him, and we have him to play the power forward and have maybe Mitchell Robinson play the center. That's a big fucking team, bro. That's a big team. But yeah, when they go big, you don't have to do that all the time. You can play. We've seen what Josh Hart and Precious Achiuwa could do. You don't have to.
Gotta get rid of Mitch. Gotta get rid of Mitch. We have to, Q.
Yeah. No, yeah. Look, I'm in agreement with you, but will they? I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
If they keep him, we know how.
We gotta figure out what to do with the guy, right?
I think a healthy Mitch have some suitors, but it's the injury shit again. Put down the hamburgers and let the little boy go, Mitch.
But but on the flip side, Cat hasn't really been that healthy neither in the past 4 years. Right. You know what I mean? He's been up and down as well. So
but he's a max player.
Exactly. So. And he's somebody who could score. His offensive ability is the reason why he's there. He can shoot, he can score, he can move off the dribble, he can pass like that. And if that's the type of game that the Knicks want to play, we got to keep up with these fast-paced young teams on the Eastern Conference now, like the Pacers and the Bucks and the Celtics. These guys are gonna just lunge it in. These guys are gonna just go run all day. Even though I'm 36, man. I'm playing with these guys in their 20s, and I'm like, I ain't playing this game, man. After 3 or 4 of those times, I'm like, I'm fucking out of here.
We get downhill too, though. That's what I saw. We get downhill.
And we could. And I think besides that, I think I was glad to see Jalen Brunson actually not affected by his hand. He was dribbling the ball, right? He was shooting the ball. I was like, all right, that's cool. Boom. That's one check mark off the box. The most important player on the team looked good at the surgery on his hand.
Josh Hart was very quiet. He had 0 points. And again, he's not a scorer, but he can score. But he was He just seemed very quiet that game. And again, maybe it's just, he's not necessary. Like you say, he's Swiss Army knife. He just fit into whatever mold or whatever role it was necessary at that moment. Yeah. But he did look quiet to me. And again, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Josh Hart is probably still tired from his fucking playoff performance
right now. He knows he's getting hella minutes, so he's
like, oh yeah, exactly. I'll get there when I get there. And he
turns all the way up.
All right, yeah.
And then the other 2 players that really stand out. And before I get to the third of what I think he needs to end up becoming and doing better, if Miles McBride can't do that, because we need somebody to pick up for what Big Ragu was doing, we got to pick up for 43%. I think Miles McBride is floating a little bit before 40, under 40. Tyler Coley just got here, but he had 14 minutes, 11 points. That's pretty good as a rookie.
And it looked good.
His eye direction, the way he's passing the ball, and his court vision.
He looked good.
It was really nice to see.
Good, they have on IG them balling like Brunson was balling with Kyrie just in practice situations. Every time I see Tyler Kolek, he looks poised, man. It's just crazy. Go ahead, Q.
Relaxed.
Yeah.
Very relaxed.
He's looked like he's been prepared for this for a very long time.
And this is nothing new, but this comes from. He played 3 years of college ball, went to George Mason, then he transferred to Marquette. So he's not a one and done guy. He got to do the whole college experience, kind of like Brunson and them. You know what I'm saying? That says something. I know you got to go feed your family. You know what I'm saying? The one and done, but it's something to be said for when you play a couple of years in college. You mature
Absolutely.
as a person. You mature as a player. You know what I'm saying? So I think that has something to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If we were talking about NBA 2K, what he was doing was building up his attributes. Basically, that's what he was doing. Yo, he didn't come into the league at 65. He came in at like 72. He came in at 72, 75. And let's see what he does. And Miles McBride. I think Miles McBride definitely showed that. McBride definitely showed that he could be that guy coming right behind. Playing right after Brunson. And he's picking up right where he left off. And in the playoffs, or even in the fourth quarter of the season, that last real quarter where we had to really strive and all the injuries was killing us. Miles McBride was one of those reasons we won a lot of those games.
He held on. He allowed us to hold on like in Vogue. Like he was the one.
Yeah, and he's a Tibbs guy. I like that, and I like that metaphor. Hold on, like I've always saw my always. And he's a Tibbs guy. You know what I'm saying? Tibbs liked him. His name popped up in a lot of potential trades, and Tibbs. Tibbs has guys. You know what I'm saying? And he's fucking one of them. You know what? What I took away from that game when I watched it, the first thing that popped into my head, is positionless basketball. One of the things I looked at, they had, in the beginning when they have the positions up and everything, and they showing you the starting lineups and everything, they had Josh Hart listed at the 4, and I'm like, wow. Realistically, and I'm like, yo, realistically, depending on what personnel you have out there, you could have Josh Hart at the 4, the 2, the 3. You could have him even defend the 1 in certain spots defensively. You know what I'm saying? You could have Mikal Bridges at the 4 or the 2 or the 3 or even defending the 1 in some spots. You can have Karl Anthony Towns at the 4, possibly the 5. You know what I'm saying? OG at the 3 or the 4 or even
you can have him at the 5. You can have OG at the 5.
You can have OG at the 5. Great point.
You can have OG at the 5.
The 2 or the 1. I've seen OG defend the 2 or the 1. You know what I'm saying? So their pieces are so interchangeable. And I grew up, and Jay, me and you the same age, and we grew up. It's a beautiful thing. We get to experience both worlds. You know what I'm saying? The point guard coming it down, dump it down to the center. He's in the post. He turns around and back to the basket. We had that type of basketball, and then we have this type of basketball where the big man saying, "I ain't going down and posting up. I'm bringing the ball out on the fucking court. I got handles." You know what I'm saying? It's positionless basketball. This shit is crazy, and we got that, man. I'm curious to see what Tibbs does. I saw Jalen Brunson come down, like you said, Q. Hand wasn't bothering him. Kind of flipped it back to Cat. Like I mentioned earlier, he takes that 3 from 5-6 feet beyond the 3-point line. I'm like, yo, this shit different.
We never had this. What the hell?
Yeah, no, it's right. It's right.
Before I jumped out the window, I'm saying, okay, like you said, let me temper my let me temper my expectations, right? You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm so excited as a Knicks fan because I want this so bad. I want it more than the Knicks. Like Ghostface said, we want it so bad we might cry. I temper my expectations, but what I did see too is, so I'm thinking, okay, Cat, is a liability on defense, but let's see how he does in that drop coverage. You know what I'm saying? Where you come around to pick a roll and a guy who's supposed to guard the screener drops back 6 or 7 feet from the basket. Let's see how that works. You know what I'm saying? And Tibbs is such a great defensive mind. And the great thing about Tibbs is not only have the Knicks evolved like the players, Tibbs is evolving. Tibbs is going from a defensive guy. Because Tibbs, he likes the 2 big guys. He likes to get after a guy, the on-ball defender. He likes all the rugged guys. But now he's going to have to really kind of evolve. And I think he is. You saw it a little bit last year. And I think you're going to see it more this year. So I'm really excited, man, how he's going to use these guys defensively, how he's going to, it's gonna be a different type of flow, but the spacing is so fucking exciting, man. It's just
I
crazy.
think what happens, yo, and it's funny you bring it up, right? Like I think like and this is kind of like what my mind is with this shit. Like I'm vacillating between excitement and concern.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'm excited because I know what we can be based on everything that you've expressed, right?
Right.
I'm concerned because our intricate parts are so like our pivotal or intricate parts are so intricate and pivotal. God forbid one of them snap.
Yeah, like
it goes from positionless basketball to position basketball.
Yeah. Cookie cutter. Yeah,
like that. Mm-hmm. And that's my concern. That's why
yeah.
So, yeah. But I think that's why they. But I think that's not to cut you off. But I think that's why they made Jalen Brunson the captain.
Yeah.
You have to shut that shit down quick. You know what I mean? Like you can't have 6 great workers all thinking they're gonna be the next supervisor. You gotta show the rest of those 6 people that
this is where I need you.
Yo, y'all 5 are really good.